and everybody else. Good afternoon. It's raining. Y'all know we do in the rain. Get in that gym and get pumped up. Make sure that y'all subscribe as y'all come in here. I should go to the post office real quick. Good afternoon. It's game day. If the Knicks win this game today, I think they're going to go to the finals. They got to win today, though. This is probably one of the biggest games in Knickerbocker history. They're playing on the road. Slim Thugger, what up? Just got out the gym. Saturday afternoon workout, mandatory. He said it's money on the floor. He said get 1090 dribble right. 1090, he's playing with fire. He's playing with fire. They say if you want fruit, you got to go out on a limb. All money ain't good money. It's money on the flow. You can also die on that flow. Straight up. Straight up. Exercise and fitness should be mandatory for men. It is in the military. What is 1090 done now? Let's talk about the Larry Hoover situation a little bit. President Trump commuted his sentence. It's almost like I don't know what is I think Trump has used his pardons to be favored amongst black people. He's pardoned a lot of black people, a lot of drug lords, a lot of criminals and shit. And it's my understanding there's a difference between being commuted and pardoned, but he commuted Larry Hoover's sentence knowing that he owes like 150 years in the state of Chicago. Whatever the case, that put Larry Hoover in the news, in the algorithm. Everybody's talking about him. And for whatever reason, somebody decided that they wanted to do a paperwork examination on him. Now, he nor anybody else is, as far as the criminal aspect, is above these types of examinations. They happen on the internet all the time. They did it to Demetrius Flannery. But 1090 Jake, he's barking up the wrong tree. And what I mean by that is, I guess he presents himself to be a journalist, but he don't do nothing but, fuck with paperwork and shit like that, right? For whatever reason, he decided to explore into Larry Hoover's background. The commuted sentence got him out of ADX. So that's a good thing. 1090 Jake went back and he pulled some type of paperwork out on him saying that he was shot back in the day. And his assailants, he told on them. I don't know what he went and did that for. I don't know what was his purpose of doing that. He's definitely going to get a lot of scrutiny. He's going to get a lot of venom, too. And he probably going to get some slugs if them GDs catch up with his ass. I'm pretty sure they're not going to take kindly to him even fucking with that. Straight up. They said, what did he get himself into now? He's fucking with the GDs, man. Peace. He's fucking with the GDs. He went and put out a video talking about paperwork that proves that Larry Hoover is a snitch. This allegation stems from an incident that happened before there was a Gangster Disciple Nation. Before he became the leader of the Gangster Disciples, he was a part of another gang. I believe this shit happened in like the 60s or some shit. Might have been the 50s, the 60s or something like that. And so it was a shooting at a school, and I guess he told on the guys that shot him. Whatever the case, the Gangster Disciple Nation is an invisible bully type of situation, meaning you're not gonna see these niggas wearing no colors or nothing like that. You might not even know when you're amongst them, especially the older ones and shit. And out of all the things that 1090 Jake has been involved with online, this is a incident that is fire attached to it. It is. It's fire attached to it. I heard they asked the shooters and they said no, he didn't tell. I understand that. That could be the truth. It could be some truth to that. But apparently there's a document. 1090 spent all his YouTube money on paperwork. They should be worried about their so-called leader telling. He's playing a very, very dangerous game with a very, very big organization. That's Gangster Disciples all over the United States. That shit spread like a motherfucker. And they ain't gonna take too kindly to that, to the slander aspect. I don't know whether it's true. I don't know why he decided that was something that you gotta understand danger. But part of being a man is understanding the element of danger. Right? And there's an element of danger attached to what he's doing. This is an organization who, according to court papers, they stepped to Rick Ross for associating, I think they call him the chairman, associating Larry Hoover's name with whipping work. Rick Ross made the song, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work. They said it's disrespect that you associated Mr. Hoover's name with whipping work, and you got to pay a fee. It came out in court documents. It's on Crown Court TV. You can listen to it yourself. That they stepped to Rick Ross about that, and he paid him. He did. He said, it's a news article. 1090 Jake went further than that. He said he went through some documents. I just was looking at the video. He said he went through some documents dating back to, I believe he said the 50s and shit. I don't know. The people that he playing with, though, they're not to be toyed with like that. They're not gonna take kindly to that. As a matter of fact, he might need some real protection for real. For real. Cause that video online, he put it online and shit. I ain't never seen nobody jump out there like that, fucking with them like that. Never. I don't think he gonna get away with that. I'm serious. He wants to be Dirk's man so bad. According to Crown Court TV, he paid them $3 million. Yeah, I listened to that video and shit. Rose's supposed to get them boys three large. They said 1090 Jake is in Boston. Man, he on a suicide mission. I don't know where he at. I'm pretty sure he gonna change his way of living behind this. He might not have knew or understood the element of power that he toying with. For real. He think he has the right complexion for the protection. Wack put him up to it. Wack posted it first. Oh my God. Man, they playing with some fire, some real deal fire. I'm not on here exaggerating, man. When I seen it, I'm like, this can't be real. Like let's say that it was a real element of truth tied to it, right? Anybody that would fuck with that is basically playing with their life, because them niggas ain't gonna have no understanding in regards to that. That man is a leader, whether he's an active one or not. he's revered as a leader of the gangster disciples. That's just what it is and shit. Even if he's not actively in that position anymore, he is who he is. Playing with fire. Tonight, Jake and Whacker informants. I seen a very interesting comment under the video, and it said that this person that left this comment said he believes that the government be having a part in doing shit like this, like releasing this type of information, because they resent the leadership power that some of these gentlemen have, like Big Meech and of course Larry Hoover and shit. He says, ain't nobody worried about GDs though. Bullshit. Rick Ross gave them niggas $3 million. It's on Crown Court TV. That sounds like there's something to be worried about. For real. Pee-wee, thank you. Sunshine, they mattered. His leadership skills is why they gave him 200 years. There's always fact behind these moves from the government. I agree with you. Play a game with a man's name, pay a man's price. Hold up, then we see paperwork on Tonighty Jake. There's a few videos out exposing him. I don't know. I just felt that it was necessary to have this discussion. I don't think he understands the type of danger he's playing with. He's probably gotten comfortable meddling with black folks' affairs to the point that he feels that he can do this. And I see people in the comments talking about this is great journalism to 90, and you know, you got to be really brave to do shit like that. Journalists have died fucking around with the wrong element. Y'all remember a gentleman by the name of Jamal Khashoggi? Y'all remember that? Diddy Bop says, these kids need to see the reality of the streets. It's not a Godfather movie. Thank you for your super chat. Y'all remember Jamal Khashoggi? Zack TV, that happened in the United States. Jamal Khashoggi, he disappeared. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that case? He disappeared. He went into this, I forget the name of the building. He went into this building and was never seen again. He was never seen again. They said that they feel that he got chopped up and shit. Yeah. The embassy. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. He went into the embassy where he's supposed to be. They have these embassies in different countries where you're supposed to, if you, I think from the States or something like that, or another country, you can get some type of support or help at these embassies. And he went there, and his ass was never seen again. Was never seen again. He said Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and the dude whose name, it's a documentary out about the dude who he was playing with. He one of them guys that got his head wrapped up, you know, got the Arab shit, looked like an oil tycoon. He young though. He young, got the beard. And I think he's like one of the youngest ones ever that's been in power like that over there and shit. He said the Saudi embassy in Turkey. I forget his name, but it's a documentary on him on Netflix. He disappeared, and it was because of something that he said or did that offended this guy. Gone. That's true. Journalists definitely get taken out, mess with those who have serious power and is trying to expose them. 1090 Jake is swimming in shark water. Is very dangerous. He dropped his blood flag and said they broke bombs. It was in Turkey at the embassy. The dude he was playing with was just at the White House with Trump. I know he ain't nothing to play with. You could look at him and see that he's very, very serious. He got a very, very serious look about him. He do. The criticism, yeah, he criticized the guy. I think in an article that he wrote publicly, couldn't apologize for it. Paid with his life, gone without a trace, never seen or heard from again. And they didn't. There was no penalty paid. There wasn't. He's a real deal somebody. Larry is like Malcolm X or Dr. King. He speaks for the little guy and has always stuck his chest out for his brothers. White boy need to quit playing. If this is true what y'all saying about Whack 100 was at the root of this, they probably gonna deal with him first. This ain't gonna go unpunished. I don't know if it's gonna happen today, tomorrow, or next year, but they not gonna let it slide. They are not gonna let that type of shit slide. They not. Somebody gonna pay for that shit. For real. So, Crown Court's supposed to be eating right now. I believe Crown Court TV posted documents to the internet that was so serious that maybe the law stepped to him and told him, you got to stop that shit that you're doing. You're going to get somebody hurt. Because he just stopped doing it. He had one of the hottest channels online. It was new. Nobody had ever did anything like that. And it was basically him uploading court transcripts online. And they was naming people's names. They was naming who was telling. They was naming the people that was on the stand being questioned and shit like that. And I believe he got approached by the law or somebody and just, yo, you better stop doing that shit. And he stopped. For real. It was too much detail. Y'all treating Hoover like Mandela. I don't think Nelson Mandela had the same amount of power as Larry Hoover. Pardon me. Nelson Mandela represented a country, but he was a part of a political party. I don't know that party that Nelson Mandela represented. I forget it was what the name of it was, the ANC or some shit. I can't remember the organization that he represented or the country that he was the face of, but I don't know what that organization was capable of. Throughout history, we know what the Gangster Disciples is about. We know what they about. It's very highly publicized what they about and what they capable of doing. Straight up. He said, y'all treating him like Mandela, though. There was a CD in the mid-90s called Resurrection by the Ghetto Boys when Larry Hoover was speaking on the CD. He was speaking to Jay Prince from Rap A Lot about how real gangsters go to the polls, and he was pushing this campaign of how black men should be registered to vote, and this is how we exercise our aggression through political power and shit like that. And some people said that when he turned into that he became a real threat because he's capable of uniting gangsters. I believe he's held in a high regard, even though there's all types of gangster organizations coming from Chicago. I believe he's highly revered amongst all of them, meaning the Stones, everybody there that's black in a black organization probably holds him in a very high regard. Niggas still got love for that man in every state. Tonight, Jake will be dealt with. His back door will be open in every city. What's your perspective on Jeff Fort being given clemency? The shit that Jeff Fort was associated with was a little bit more extreme than what Larry Hoover was serving time for. Larry Hoover shit was like based around drugs and running the organization from a state penitentiary. They booked him through these IDs. It was It was a story on one of these platforms. It was on TV too some years ago. He was getting visitors, and he was allegedly still running the organization from jail. They introduced some visitor ID badges that whenever your visitors came in, they had to put this ID on their shirt. They put a wiretap in these IDs, and when the people was coming to visit him, he talking to them about, gang business or what's going on with the organization. And they recorded that shit and proved that he was still in a leadership position even from prison, so they put him away. Jeff Fort was involved with something that would be considered domestic terrorism. He was trying to reach out to, I think it was Libya, and basically told him, they even sent some representatives over there, told them that they will carry out terrorist acts in the United States on behalf of these countries. You know what I'm saying? I believe the connection was the Muslim faith. But you can't be doing shit like that. They don't let niggas like that free. I know he's old. Both of them guys are old. They up in age, and that's the only thing that they got in their favor, that they really, really old. They don't let powerful, influential black men out to resume their leadership position. That's why when they let Mutulu Shakur out, he was damn near dead. He died like within weeks of them releasing him. Like when they released him, they knew that he was on the clock. He didn't do no interviews or nothing. He came out to the streets and died. But Jeff Fort, I don't, he got terrorism attached to him and shit. The Resurrection Ghetto Prisoner Clothing. Jay Pence made Drake and Kanye do that Larry Hoover concert. The lady talked to Trump. She said that's how she found out about Hoover. Everybody respects Larry Hoover and Jeff Fort. Jeff Fort is the top chief. 1090 Jake has lost his mind. Hoover and Jeff Fort are real live chiefs of the land. They on a whole different level. This is the message that I'm trying to convey here. It's just people in this chat that's making light of what 1090 Jake did. That's not gonna go without being confronted. I promise you. When it happened, y'all gonna say he told us. So I'm pretty sure somebody that already told him, somebody close to him, or maybe somebody that he's associated with told him, yo, you playing with the wrong people. I wish we had this much collaboration on real issues. The GDs are everywhere. Here in Chicago, Larry is larger than Minister Farrakhan. This ain't like the Crips and Bloods. Jeff Fort as well. I can't even dispute what you just said. I believe you. All money ain't good money. He gonna release an apology soon. Gully, you seen that old man crying because his OG was home? I seen the older guy crying. And I seen, what's the light-skinned nigga? He a gangbanger. He was part of the drill music shit. He live in Vegas now. Got all the tattoos on his face. What's the light-skinned nigga name? I think his name King some shit. What's the light-skinned nigga name? He kind of silly acting, but he King Yella. He was dancing and jumping up and down and shit. I'm saying to myself, my nigga, he's not out of jail. Like, he's not free. He's not coming home unless the state of Chicago says you're old enough that we can give you lifetime parole, put you on parole for the rest of your life. But he owes time to the state of Chicago. He do. So as far as the guy that was, crying about him being released, he was just informed. I believe a lot of people was informed. You can tell by the way that the news traveled through the internet. People was informed. People thought that he was getting out of jail, like he was coming home to his family and shit. Nah, he just being released from ADX. He going to another institution. The state of Chicago is going to pardon him. That remains to be, he said the state of Chicago, the state of Illinois. That remains to be seen. The governor of Illinois is shook right now. He's in Statesville prison. It don't matter what state prison he goes to in Illinois, he's going to be the top dog the day that he get there. The day that he get there, he's going to be the top dog in the whole institution. His first day walking in the institution. Top dog. Bigger than the E-Man, bigger than the chaplain. Like, for real. They released Shorty G, his number 2. He got 200 years left. If anybody think Illinois is going to pardon Larry, you's a goddamn fool. 1090 Jake said he's not blood anymore. He probably is protected by the law, so he feels he can go at anybody. I think Wack put that info out and Jake fell for it. Listen, whoever they feel is responsible for it, man, woman, or child, it's going to be dealt with. They're going to confront that situation. Like, there's not no apologizing, no nothing. Somebody is going to get dealt with about that. For real. I bet you see a difference in 1090 Jake after this weekend. I bet you you're going to see something change. He might step away from the internet. Something is going to change. I promise you. For real. I like to compare an organization like the Gangster Disciples to the Invisible Bully. The Invisible Bully. They everywhere. They are every motherfucking where. For real. They got on Rick Ross' ass for using his name. Jake was tweaking. He said he should lay low. Read the state attorney's statement. They said he could never serve enough time to equal the chaos he put into Chicago. You think these youngsters are going to really listen to him? Seems there's no structure in the streets these days. I don't know what type of influence, if he will have influence at all over the younger generation. But he going to have enough influence. Like, if he goes to an institution in the state, he's going to be the top dog there. Hands down. He's going to be the top dog there. Hands down. And what I mean by that is the leaders of any organization that's present on the streets or incarcerated, they are going to give him the utmost respect. They're going to give him the utmost respect, and that directive will be passed down through the organizations. All of them. Straight up. One thing about GDs, you won't know who they are, and they are in every state. Yeah, I know a lot of them. I do. Ross paid him, and look at Ross now 15 years later. Ross gave them niggas $3 million. He did. He wasn't going to be able to perform. He wasn't going to be able to put his name on any flyers without dealing with them. Yes, they in Florida. The places that Rick Ross is dominant at, the South, Florida, Texas. They in all them places. They in Atlanta. They in Memphis. They in Tennessee. They in all them southern jails. And, of course, they in the Midwest. Facts. Jake has put so much out, they may never know who actually harmed him if it comes to that. You right. I was watching video and Wack was saying he thinks that the police put that out, hoping that it will get him touched. Jake ain't got bread like Ross. She gonna have to apologize the same way he violated. Gully, he not too old. He gonna be in prison walking around with a cane and a group of older dudes. The young niggas is listening to him. I seen somebody, one of these platforms, a guy it's a white dude, just got out of ADX some years ago. And he did an interview recently. He was telling how when he was in ADX with them, I think it was Marion, Colorado, that Larry Hoover was on a geriatric block, a block for older inmates, like a senior citizen block and shit like that. So he's definitely old. I believe he's been in jail like 50 years. I believe he's been in jail about 50 years, for real. It's close to 50 years. GDs are non-exempt on the West Coast. An apology is not going to save his ass from this one. I don't think so. I met GDs in Alaska. Did he commute Chief Malik's sentence? No. There's a GD hood in Oceanside, California. He's 74 years old. The government is trying to assassinate his character. It's almost 800 people here. It's only 137 likes. Super chatters, I appreciate y'all. Y'all got to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up, man. I've been giving y'all original content all week. Fire. I got more, man. Y'all got to get the likes up, man. I don't be on... My Cash App don't be posted. I don't be screaming donations. I hate niggas that do that. They be trying to rationalize and explain to y'all why y'all should pay to be on. YouTube is free. All you got to do is pay your phone bill. You shouldn't pay nothing beyond your phone bill for content. So all of that, support the channel. Support is being in the chat. Support is subscribing. Those are all elements of support. Support ain't paying nobody. It's not. Mohel Greed, press him like a keyboard for speaking on a mob. If they caught Brian Glaze Gibbs and beat his ass, what you think they gonna do to Jake? I ain't know that nobody did anything to Glaze. His next parole date is 2028. He gonna be near 80 then. Shit, that's 3 years. If he got a chance at parole in 3 years, all he got to do is be in good shape and be taking care of himself and shit. He could walk that down. That's something to be optimistic about, even though it's 3 years away. He just was booked for he was gonna die there. So whether anybody want to acknowledge what Donald Trump did as a noble deed or not, it actually was, because he removed a big problem. He was in isolation. He was in ADX and shit. So putting him back into the state prison system in Illinois, probably can have contact visits. He probably can hug his family and friends, his children and shit like that. People who he ain't probably touched ever and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a start. He'll be closer to home. The fact that he's in the position that he's in now, I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot more help. Trey, thank you. What are your thoughts on Trump talking about helping Puff? I seen that. He said Puff has always been nice to him and shit. He's the president of the United States. He is. He strikes me as the type of person that will do the opposite. He's a contrarian. He always has been. He will do the opposite of what people feel that he should do. Yeah, so I 100% believe that he would let Diddy out of jail. I do. I do. Especially on his way leaving out of office. If Puff is already booked and sentenced and shit like that, I could see him doing that. Because whether you want to acknowledge him as a president or not, he has an element of entertainer in his package and shit. He just does. He always did. So, yeah. Mr. Renee, I appreciate your super chat. He said 3 years he could sleep that away. Man, 3 years is a long time. It's short if you done did 50 years, though. Straight up. Like, somebody who ain't did no time, 3 years is a long time. It's only 36 months, man. A lot of shit can change in 36 months. But if a nigga that's been down for 5 decades, 4 decades, 3 years, that's like a vacation. He like, I'm at the door. But somebody that's been out here living it up like me, 3 years for me, that's a death sentence. Man, I can't do no 3. Oh, no. I can't do no 3. Todd, thank you for your super chat. Straight up. He said 3 minutes, I ain't doing it. Hell yeah, man, I'm used to being free. Man, I can't do no goddamn 3 years. Ain't no Wi-Fi in there. I know niggas be having phones and shit, man. I can't do no 3, man. I can't do 72 hours. I can't. I be seeing niggas making posts. There be Instagram posts saying, well, you do 10 years for $20 million and shit like that. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. When somebody says that they'll do 10 years for $20 million, you know that they've never been incarcerated. Man, I can't do it. Keep your 20. Fuck that. No. No, I can't do it, man. I can't do 10 minutes in jail, man. I don't want no parts of that shit. But when you hear people say, man, I'll do this much time for this much money. Fuck that. We can get that money on the streets. I can't do it. Hopefully Larry Hoover studied law and economics while he was in ADX. Hell no, you can't miss no money that you ain't never had. Fuck that 20 million. 3 years is a long time. Especially in your 40s. I can't do it. How does a pardon from a president mean you still have time to serve? He was serving a state prison sentence in Illinois when he got the case. He was already down for a body, I believe. So when he got his Fed case, the federal government, they supersede everybody. They came and got it. Come on, you going with us. You know what I mean? But now that his sentence has been commuted in federal courts, he still owed a state. Sounds complex, but it really ain't. He said, nigga, 3 years a military term in the Marines. The difference between the Marines and the penitentiary is the Marines is all you can eat. The Marines is all you can eat. It's girls there too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure the Marines still doing some fucking and shit. It's food there. You traveling the world and shit like that. Jail ain't like that, man. This motherfuckers running around with knives and shit in jail, man. You don't want none of that. Notice how 1090 Snake never do any videos on no white snitches, though. They said that. I seen people saying that. There's no his power don't lie in covering white affairs. His power lies in covering niggerly affairs and shit. That's why he always got his nose in some niggerly shit. So, excuse me, that's where he's made his fortune at. At this point, I guess he feel it is worth it to be playing around with this element of fire, but it's fire. I promise you. He said, as a retired Marine, that's funny. Yeah, he just compared the Marines to the penitentiary. Only thing the Marines in the penitentiary got in common is push-ups. Yo, That's the only thing the Marines in the prison system got in common is doing push-ups and shit. Aside from that, two different things. Straight up. I thought if you have a state and federal conviction, if you serve the Fed time, it equals to 2 days off the state. That's how it works in California. I ain't never heard nothing like that. Van Price, let me get you up out of here. Van Price said, you're super soft running from blase blase before I kicked him out of here. Let me tell you something, Van. I never aspired to be tough. I never aspired to be dangerous. That's not my thing. That's not what I... Nobody around me aspired to be tough. We the fly money get niggas and shit. Our energies don't even rely into that type shit. You know who energies rely into that type shit? Niggas who are broke and frustrated. Yeah. Tough niggas don't do nothing but get killed. You don't know that? Every tough nigga that I know, and I ran with some tough motherfuckers. They ended up, the nigga that I wrote about in my book, Joker. I wrote about him in my book. He was wild as a motherfucker. I compared him to Old Dog when we was growing up. His ass is up out of here, man. Coke Johnson, another great ball of fire that I grew up with. Sucker punched the wrong motherfucker. Hercules Rieger, another nigga I grew up with. Tough. Punched the wrong nigga in the face. Blew a hole in his chest the size of a bowling ball. That's what tough niggas get. So, you got that. You should talk that talk, man. Niggas be misinformed, man. You be having to read these niggas they write. Some niggas, you know, who grow up in poverty and shit like that, that's all they know is the tough niggas and shit. The tough, dirty niggas and shit. That's all they know. They don't know nothing else. All these women out here and you want to be tough with a bunch of men. Do you think 1090 would be able to do what he doing this long if he was black? No. No. It's a different set of rules for the white guys and shit. It is. It's a different set of rules. You just seen Adam 22 in the Bronx with a bunch of gang members and shit. And I seen a post where somebody says, ain't no other media outlet came to do this. Bullshit. Bullshit. We was going to every dangerous element in the DVD era. We was doing that shit. And yes, niggas was waving their guns around and shit like that, but it got to a point that it became dangerous for black men to do that. Dudes like Adam 22, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to him. Didn't you see him in his office yelling at Ruger? Ruger and them niggas is dangerous. This is well known that them niggas is dangerous. Didn't you see him popping his neck and talking about you can get out of here and all of that type of shit? You seen what happened to Zack TV, right? Zack TV didn't do nothing but try to put niggas on. They didn't give a fuck about that. They killed his motherfucking ass. They did. Who you got winning the chip? I need the Knicks to win today. If they win today, I feel that they're going to win the game 7. But they got to win today. Today is one of the most important games in New York Knicks history. They got to win today. You talk too much, man. Let me get you out of here, man. He said the Knicks is going home. Adam said his security had a gun, so he wasn't scared of Ruger. Ruger wasn't going to do nothing to him no way and shit. Wack 100 put that out there to spite Jay Prince. Bad move for Wack and Cali, not going to stand with him on that. Subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all gotta like the video, man. It's over 800 people here. I appreciate y'all. He said, what's up with the next Tubi movie? As soon as I get a script, man, it's on. I was just gonna be in a movie recently. And I believe Mano was cast to be in it too. And the administration said, we don't know if you can be in this joint. Something like that. We don't know if y'all could work together. Zack TV was the biggest loss in Chicago drill history. It went down with no chance from there. Adam is tied in with the feds. I believe that. I 100% believe that. I do. Like the video, man. It's 800 people here. Zack wasn't on the job when he was killed, though. He was on the job. He had just left a showcase. He had just left a rap show. He was there supporting somebody, at which point a conflict broke out. That's what that was about. He was on his job. It's a dangerous job. It is. Make sure you got the facts, man. E-Money, what up? Make sure you got the facts. Besides being a freak, I'm trying to figure out what crime he did that counts as a RICO. A lot of us are confused on that too. I'm on the same side as you in that regard. I don't think it required a RICO case or guns drawn when they went to go raid his house. That shit was extreme. 1090 thought it was good. I promise you he getting touched by Christmas. I think I agree with you. I heard it wasn't meant for him. They was trying to get to Zack's man. I used to live in East New York. Do you have any dealings over there? I think Lucky Don is from East New York. Nah, he's from Brownsville. Nah, I ain't never interviewed nobody from East New York, I don't think. I don't know. Nipsey was on his job as well. Black people stopped black people from being great. They did. Zack was part of that street element out there, so there was no exemptions. One of the things that Zack TV was able to get away with is that he was interviewing all of the organizations in Chicago, and I think at some point there would have been some sort of danger associated with that, because he was kind of like interviewing the ops, and he was interviewing the offense and the defense, and they was letting him do it for a period of time because they would get their publicity out and shit like that. It's just dangerous, for real. People would see him as playing both sides. I thought it was, but they need the media. There is a need for what we do, because at the end of the day, these dudes is trying to sell music and trying to get on in music. So you need the media. It didn't help them by killing Zack TV. It didn't. All it did is make motherfuckers not want to go there. I went down there to interview the Taylor boys and Boo from Boo and Gotti. And them was some real live niggas, man. And I told them, I said, man, that Zack TV murder, that hurt y'all city. Because didn't no media want to come here fucking around. Like, I wouldn't have never thought them niggas was that cool. Them was some cool balling motherfuckers. Boo, former point guard and shit. Benny Franks and them niggas is live, man. Parquet, rest in peace. Some real live, thorough niggas, man. But I told them, I said, man, y'all reputation, man. Y'all reputation stops people from coming here fucking with y'all. True story. Zack was from a certain hood in the Wild 100s. There was a war with his hood, even though he wasn't an active member of the BS they was doing. Gully, it ain't no organizations, just splinter cliques at this point. Zack wasn't filming in niggas' hoods when he was killed, is what I meant. K-Red, I appreciate your super chat. When I was younger, I got locked up for a weekend. My cell was across from a window, seeing people walking, enjoying their freedom. That was enough jail time for me. Great point. Can SO really hoop? He said he could. He said he started. He said he's a point guard. I mean, I wouldn't know. He's a lot older than me and shit. He's from a different demographic. Hassan Campbell told Adam 22 to take the dudes out the hood he made the video with and help feed their families and give them jobs. The rule in Chicago is you ain't from over there, but you over there. gotta be safe, man. Gotta be safe and mindful of some of the things that you're doing. As far as 1090 Jake go, I think what he did is a great detriment to his future. They not gonna this day, the shit that happened yesterday. The video that was put out yesterday, that's not gonna go away. It's gonna be a penalty for that. Straight up. You just got to know your surroundings in Chicago. That go for anywhere. It was cool to see Shay Davis spit on that track, though. True story. It's over 900 people here. I need y'all to like the video, man. Like the video. And if you haven't seen 1090 Jake's video yet about Larry Hoover, go watch it and tell me, do you think it's blood on that video? Because I do. I do. Straight up. But go watch it. For real. Peace to you, Gully. Have to get on my weekend grind. Looking forward for Quan interview. Check it out. He said, what did the video say? He's accusing him of telling on some people that shot him in the 1960s. The 1950s or the 1960s. That he went that far to go into that man's business. I was told that somebody from No Jumper is the one that brought the shit up. But 1090 Jake's face is attached to it. He made the video. So there you go. How do you feel about Larry Hoover for real? I think they did him dirty. Any man that has any influence and power over other men, they feel is a detriment. Melvin Williams from Baltimore once stopped a riot in Baltimore, a riot situation. And somebody in government said that any nigga that can stop a riot can start one. We got to do something with that nigga. I'll never forget that statement. Rest in peace to Melvin Williams. I thought that was powerful. I'm going to say it again. Any nigga that can stop a riot can start one. And that's scary to that's scary to the establishment. Word. Any new interviews coming up? Every day, man. Former kingpins. Ain't no more. We ran out of kingpins to interview. They all in jail. Them niggas that we was interviewing, them niggas that just came home from doing 40 years and shit like that. It ain't no kingpins to interview. They either in jail or on their way home. But out here in society, ain't none. Ain't none. Ain't none. Don't you see all these goddamn RICO cases happening all the time? That's what they doing with these niggas. Yeah. This might have been the most dangerous, dumbest move 1090 has ever made. He only welcomed in 20 states. I would love to interview Prince and I seen a video of him recently and shit. He's fat now. I respect your hustle, Gully. The community needs your influence. I don't want to be a community worker. I don't. I'm trying to get my dribble right. That ain't got nothing to do with the community. I don't know why it becomes a person's duty to serve the community and shit. I'm trying to service myself. When I was doing my time in the pen, the community wasn't around. It was just me and shit. When I created Gully TV, the community had nothing to do with it. They didn't. I had a couple stores in the community. They did nothing but bust my windows and shit like that. One of my stores was burglarized. This was done by the community. I don't want to serve the community. I'm trying to get my dribble right and shit. I'm worried about my situation and shit. You got niggas who into that. That's their life calling to serve the community. It ain't mine. I'll publicly say it and shit. It's not. It ain't. He said, has the community done anything for you? Nope. Stings a little, don't it? Yeah. King Odie is in the federal system somewhere. I tried to look him up. I couldn't find him. I couldn't. You become a service to the community by becoming a better citizen. And if everybody practice introspection and correct itself, they will ultimately help create a better community. Got it? Anyway, I got some business to tend to, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the top notification bell and follow me on therealdribble.com. Therealdribble.com, man. Follow me. Go to that website, get you some knittage, man. I got hard copy CDs. The book I wrote about my travels as one of the top journalists in the United States. It's called Some Things I've Been Through. Follow me on IG at Dribble Almighty. Got it? Respect the dribble. Peace.